Hello fashion friends and family, this is Stacy Stoop from Elsa Fitzgerald and we are here at Madison House. We haven't been here in a while. We've been working at the factory in Baltimore trying to revitalize the garment industry. But today I am working on an article. It's for the Smithsonian Institute for their Folk Life and Cultural Heritage magazine. It's 2,500 words. Fortunately, they've given me the liberty to talk about things that I care about, in particular around my work with Indonesian garments, the kabaya, a little bit about revitalization of industry, but really it's a conversation about, within my work, how have I pivoted during these challenging times, and kind of what am I seeing with the forward movement in that work. I hope to carry you along on my writing journey today. So there's a few things that I'm keen to talk about, and we were struggling when I was speaking with the editor to go through how to cover it all into one article. But one thing, which is sort of the center point, is around royal dressmaker, royal methods. And when I'm speaking about that, I'm more so talking about techniques that are no longer in garments and how they're sort of only found in dresses that are in museums. This article is actually was due last week, but that's the deadline I gave, but the editor wanted to have it sooner, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed in a good way, because there are a lot of things I care about that I want to talk about, but to be able to consolidate those into one article, even though it's 2,500 words, it's a little bit overwhelming. But what I did is I started with the images of things I care about. So with the article, I wanted to call it the Royal Museum Dressmaker. And it's sort of a play on this idea of these dresses that are really beautiful. They're in these museums, or in some cases made for royal families, but no longer can be worn, and they're only on display. And a lot of the methods that go into the garments sort of die with them. That I started. We have the Historical Society exhibition that I was a part of, and I helped to display the garments for this exhibition. It was held at the Lord of Baltimore Hotel. This is my dress. We had the Duke and Duchess of Windsor's garments there, and a few local designers as well. And this is my dress here. That's the Gabrielle dress. And then this is a historic garment there. And we have sort of my work that we're doing here at Madison House. And that is sort of me researching. This is Charles Frederick Worth. He makes these beautiful gowns. Well, he's no longer alive now, but he's known as the father of haute couture. Then you have, if you guys were following along, this is me with the William Morris wallpaper at this Madison House, sewing and making these dresses called the Painting with Lace dresses. And my longer term plan or hope would be to create a maison Elsa Fitzgerald, and to have a place where people can reimagine historical fashion in modern times, not necessarily to be worn, but more utilized in film productions and media. As I continue to write, what I realize is I'm taking you along a fashion journey to love. Fashion gave me the courage to stand tall and push forward, to speak up when it was my turn. My first job was in a shopping mall. I got the job because my sister knew the manager. And as I kind of backtracked, I realized that I was such a shy little person, and early on, at 16, I had to, go to the front of the shop. I had to greet people and tell them about, what we have here and why it's special, and sort of why it's important, might be important for them to have in their life. And it was a great training to learn to care. At the time, fashion, in that perspective, is around the product, but it kind of reminds me of like all these developmental skills that maybe people of our time now aren't going to have. We don't have the stores as we did back then, and who knows what revitalization or shifting of gears will happen. But it's going to be fun writing this, because it's going to take me through this retelling of my love story with fashion. So I've wrapped up the writing I'll be doing today for the Smithsonian Institute's Folk Life and Cultural Heritage magazine, and my makeup's worn off, my lipstick's pretty much off, but I think something that's really important, at least for me and I think most creatives, is to trust the body of work. I know that I've procrastinated and put it off, and I don't know, you sometimes don't know what it is you want to talk about or how to talk about that, especially when you move into these different mediums. But I always sort of make myself move through the nervousness of it to realize that what the world would be missing if we are not showing up for what we care about and what we're creating through art and fashion and literature. So yeah, I look forward to sharing that link to that article once it's posted. But thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.